Anyway, with all that in mind, I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see how all of our teams would stack up, assuming we were playing Roto, up to this point. And so as of the end of Week 17, I have calculated our overall Roto scores and how the teams have stacked up. And here are the results. In absolute dead last are the Humble Park Hooligans with 36 points. In ninth are the Chicago Magic with 40. Now, you know what the Chicago Magic's Roto score reminds me of? I looked a little more into their breakdown, and it kind of reminds me of America.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America, fuck yeah!
They were actually dead last in every single pitching category. Ks, quality starts, wins, saves, ERA, and WHIP. Dead last. Now, of course, on a weekly basis, I'm assuming the Chicago Magic do beat people in these categories. Even the lowest scores can still be winning scores in America. Yes, Chicago Magic, America salutes you, as you're the recipient of this week's All-American Moment and a fantasy cookie, courtesy of America.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah!
Now, what's more amazing is that the Chicago Magic were actually in the playoff spot up until recently, when they find themselves in last place in their division. However, still only just a game back of a playoff spot in reality in terms of Roto overall. The Chicago Magic are nowhere near the top of the league. Now, in 8th place is the Bucktown Fums with 53. In 7th place, the Dirty Nannies with 55. Yes, even though the Fums are holding that last playoff spot hostage with a decent lead over the Nannies actually slightly outdo the Fums in terms of overall Roto points. The McKinley Park McMortars find themselves in 6th with 63, and the Pilsen Peloteros are in 5th with 66. Now, this is where things get a little dicey. In 4th is the NWO Legacy with 78. Yes, one of the teams tied for the best record overall in the league is actually 4th in terms of Roto. In 3rd is the Toronto Bolts with 81. The Toronto Bolts are actually a game behind the Legacy, and their scores are fairly close, so that kind of makes sense. And number 2 is the Armenians with 93. That's 12 more than the Toronto Bolts. And yes, the Armenians have a decent record, but they're still 7 games back of the Sharpshooters in their respective division. And yes, your number 1 overall team in terms of Roto scoring is the NWO Sharpshooters with a commanding lead of 102 points. That is 9 over the Armenians, almost 20 over the Toronto Bolts. It's pretty substantial. And if we were playing Roto, everyone but the Armenians really may as well pack it in. The real story here is the Sharpshooters' dominance over pitching. They are the best team in WHIP, saves, wins, quality starts. They are one of the top teams in Ks, and in ERA, they're the second best team. Not only that, but they are definitely one of the top offensive teams in the categories of average, stolen bases, walks, and runs. The only thing they lack is run-producing power and total bases, which the Legacy actually have the stranglehold on as pretty much the best offensive team in terms of counting stats. They are the best RBI, total base, and run team, but they only clock in at somewhere in the middle of the pack in terms of walks and stolen bases. But in batting average, they're the second worst team. But as you all know, we don't live in a roto world. If we did, you wouldn't see the Fums, or the Magic, really anywhere near the top of the league. However, with our current format, the Fums find themselves in the heart of the playoff race, and really the Magic only a game back of a playoff spot. So, yes, really, head-to-head does make for a slightly more close-knit, kind of action-packed league, and that is why we choose to play this way.